All right. Live back in action with week 11 in the books. We'll now look to see who will cook and who will get shook with week 12 on the hook. Just like turkey in the oven, we're going to give you some NFL loving live here on the 3rd and 3 podcast, baby, presented by the Sports Column and brought to you by Reebok. So check out Reebok's new deal of the week by going to 3rd3podcast.com. Get that holiday shopping done quick, fast, and in a hurry. So brand new fleece hoodies they got, the zip-up style, or rock the regular sweatshirt hoodie, whatever you like. Just some of the great deals that they got over there on Reebok. Again, 3rd and 3 podcast going to hook you up. Plus, you can still get some great deals on new kicks like the Nano X1 training shoes, Legacy Lifter workout shoes, basketball kicks, old school classics, all that good stuff. So 3rd3podcast.com. Go there, Reebok, bada bing, bada boom, you're in. And we are in 3rd and 3s here, wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving. It is tomorrow. We are here for your Wednesday night football therapy action, ready to go. And Nikki, I wish everybody was just as happy like around this time of year and Christmas as they were all year long. I don't know why, but everybody loses that jolliness. But right now, people are in a good mood, so I'm cool.
Yeah, well, not if you live here. Maybe where you guys live.
With that cruddy weather.
But, not here. It's just that New Jersey. I had to go to the store today, and it was just like, I wanted to kill everybody. People were driving like maniacs. Like, everybody calm down, or we will all get what we came to get. Just chill out. Yeah, it's insanity.
Yep.
But it would be nice if people could be nice all year round.
It would be. It'd be a beautiful thing. And you know what? They're just not. It's really unfortunate. We're nice people. We're nice all year around, D, but I don't know, but really what sucks about the holiday, it's great that we live in the warm weather, but we don't get like as much of that holiday feeling because there's like no snow ever for us, ever. So it's like, the crits, like there are palm trees around here decorated with ornaments. It doesn't make sense to me, D. It don't work.
Yeah, no, it's been a long time since I've seen like real winter weather during the winter time for an extended period. Like we've joked about the times where I've gone to Chicago during the winter. But outside of that, I have not been in the winter and had to, see that. And it is something about, the leaves changing and seeing snow. But for me, it's nice to see from a distance. Nice to see it from where it is. I think that's probably one of the reasons why, people in, warmer atmospheres are nicer because they're not freezing to death. You're not scraping snow off your windshield in the morning. If you don't have a fancy car that starts up before you get in it, you're not in your car freezing before you even go anywhere.
Good point.
So I think those things add to it. But yeah, hopefully, maybe the cure is to play Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas all year. Maybe it'll be nice.
Oh, God. All year.
I would be in a very good mood right there. Yeah, winter in Florida does not make sense at all. You're absolutely right, Ryan. It just doesn't make sense. What up, Courtney in the house, baby? Saying hello to you. Yep, getting ready to go with 3rd and 3. Yes, happy Thanksgiving to you, Courtney, as well, man. I can't believe it's tomorrow and this year is just flying by, but we're not going to talk about the year. We're going to talk about football, baby. I'm Jason Fearman, the sports prophet, ready to roll. Get this action going. We'll talk about all the quarterback changes while we get into the games. Kyle Allen now coming in for Davis Mills in Houston. Stafford ruled out again with a neck injury for LA. Justin Fields is all banged up with the shoulder. And Trevor Simeon's going to come in. And Zach Wilson has been benched for Mike White. We talked all about it. And there it is. Jet fans are very happy, trust me. So let's do a little neighborhood news action. All right. And then we'll get into all this madness over here. And you guys chime in over there on the comments section. We love it. Get to be in part of the show, baby. So neighborhood news, first question, and we only got a few in here. I'll go to D first. Are the Vikings fugazi?
Wow, are they fugazi?
Yeah,
I think that we were skeptical about them at first, and we were rightfully skeptical. Mm-hmm. And they threw some air freshener, they threw some poopery. They threw that on their skepticism when they beat Buffalo, and it kind of threw us off the scent for a little while. And then Dallas came and just knocked all of the poopery, all of the scent, all of that off of it. to where it was exposed for sure, because we were skeptical going into that Buffalo game. We were all like, they're 7-1, but who have they beat? They beat everybody by close scores.
And don't forget the way that they won that game. They never should have won that game with the fumble by Josh Allen, so they probably would have lost 2 in a row.
No, that's something I mentioned on my podcast, is that so much had to go wrong for Buffalo for Minnesota to win that game. You mentioned the fumble on the goal line. 4th and 18.
Oh my gosh.
Justin Jefferson makes one of the greatest catches we've ever seen to keep the game going. If he doesn't snag that ball, the game's over, right? Also, Josh Allen throwing what we think of as uncharacteristic interceptions, even though he's been throwing those more lately to where it's becoming more of a trend for him. But normally it's uncharacteristic interceptions that he threw. So there's so much that went wrong in Buffalo's way for Minnesota to win that game.
Right.
So we've seen Minnesota against 3 really good teams, one team in Buffalo that pretty much beat themselves, and they've gotten whooped on by Philly and Dallas.
No doubt.
So when you look at it that way, a Fugazi smell is coming up. For sure.
That's what I'm saying. And Courtney thinking the same thing, because Kirk is their quarterback. And Nikki, Minnesota, different from last year where they were losing all these close games, and now they're winning all these close games. Nikki, you can say, okay, well, that shows great that Minnesota, they can fight and they can win in the fourth quarter. On the other hand, you can say, well, you know what? They're getting lucky. The ball is bouncing their way for a change this time.
I'm not going to call them Fugazi yet.
Okay.
No.
Are 8-2, still have a great record.
Yeah, and hey, listen, I mean, you could say the same thing for the Giants, right? They just got lucky. Like maybe a couple of their wins shouldn't have gone their way either. But listen, at the end of the day, teams are finding ways to win. And I love how it's okay if it's like, let's say if it was Tampa Bay, right? And they have their 9-win team or whatever. Oh, well, they're just finding ways to win. Tom Brady's the greatest. But if it's a team like the Giants or Minnesota and it's Daniel Jones and it's Kirk Cousins, then it's like, oh, well, it's Fugazi. You're a horrible 8-win team. We're the worst 7-win team. No, it can't be that. It's okay to find ways to win games, and that's good for some teams and not others. So I'm not going to call them Fugazi yet. They're doing what they need to do to win.
I think that's a very well stated argument right there. That's pretty well done. I like that. But they did get beat by 37 freaking points. 40.
They did. Listen, they're not perfect, obviously, but they're finding ways to win games, and I think that's really all you can ask for.
Hey, look, that's the thing. And can they win enough games? Which brings me to the only other question I have for you guys in neighborhood news. And I'm going to rattle off the teams. And you're going to tell me if they are Super Bowl bound, Super Bowl contenders or not. All right. So here we go. Same time, D and Nikki, both of you guys go. Chiefs, yes or no?
Yes.
Bills.
Yes.
It's 2. Ravens.
Yes.
Oh.
And I understand why you're unsure. I get it.
Yeah, that offense, man. That offense is looking real rough. I'm gonna say yes because their defense is playing better lately, and you expect the Lamar Jackson offense to come ahead. I'm sorry, I'm breaking the rules. I had to think about that one.
We don't like rules anyway. But okay, you just kind of made my point. Nobody's really comfortable with that Ravens offense. Are they Fugazi? No, because they're the Ravens and they have Lamar Jackson and he finds ways to win games. So
they have a better track record as well. I mean, you have to give them that. They haven't done well in the playoffs, but they have been getting to the playoffs at least.
Well, so is Minnesota. Yeah. They've made the postseason
here and there. Yeah, once every 4 years. True.
The Baltimore's organization is known as one of the better ran organizations, so they're going to get the benefit of the doubt when it comes to those type of situations for sure.
Yeah. And I get that, but you made a great point that their offense is a little shaky.
It is.
Or non-existent, really.
It's a lot shaky. It's a lot of shaky for sure.
Yeah. The running game is not there, right? Gus Edwards, he means a lot to that team. It really does. And obviously J.K. Dobbins means even that much more. All right, a few more. Dolphins.
Yes.
Okay, I agree. How about the Bengals right now at 6-4?
Yes. Resounding yes for me.
I love the resounding yes from Nikki.
D, you think so also?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. How about the Vikings now?
I guess we still gotta say yes because they're 8-2 and they 1 win away from being the 1 seed. I guess if you're the 1 seed, you have to take them seriously, right?
That's fair. I mean, I still look at them and I say no, but you know what? They do have playmakers all over the place, and if they can go on a streak and get home field advantage, then that can go obviously a very long way. So okay, I can get on board with that. Dallas Cowboys.
No.
Yes.
Nikki's
Now, if the question was contenders for the first round of the playoffs and get bounced, yes.
See, okay, all right. So we got a yes and a no. 3 more teams. Philadelphia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Here's a tricky one. How about Tampa Bay?
No.
No shot. All right.
I'm not believing in them at all.
Yeah, it's like no, but like, oh, are they gonna is something gonna happen all of a sudden?
Like they'll make the playoffs because no one else in the division is good, but they get Dallas or they get the Giants in that first round. Like those are possibilities. I can see them getting whooped on by Dallas in that first round.
They can get whooped on by a whole bunch of them. There's no doubt. And
Yeah.
Brent's saying that Dobbins coming back for the playoffs. That would be tremendous if he actually does. They can really use him. And of course, Courtney
be huge for them for sure.
Yeah. Courtney yelling out yes for Philadelphia, obviously.
Wow.
One last team. That would be my team, the 49ers. Given what we've seen over the past few weeks with McCaffrey in there right now, Jimmy Garoppolo is still the quarterback, but are the 49ers contenders?
Yes. Hell yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes. Now, you know why I hesitate, but I'm gonna say yes.
Yes. We have to match up this week. Actually, D and I, our teams are going at it, so we'll be talking about that.
It's not much of a matchup. I wish it was more exciting so we could really talk trash and go at it, but I can't even fake it.
No, Taysom Hill ain't going to come in and save the day, but hey, football's football. It's an oddly shaped.
True. You still got to turn it on and see what happens for sure.
That's what's up. You never know. All right, let's do gutsy call and putsy play. Gutsy call, what I thought really, guys, in the Atlanta game against Chicago. So Arthur Smith, the head coach, he decides to go for a 53-yard field goal with only 1 minute and 42 seconds left in a tie game, 24-24. So Younghoe Koo, the kicker, he nails it. I mean, 53 yards is not a gimme even in a dome. If they miss, they're giving the Bears the ball near midfield where Justin Fields, even though he wasn't really running in that second half because he banged his shoulder up, can gain 20, 25 yards, and Kyra Santos, their kicker, can kick a field goal. I thought that was a really gutsy call, Nikki, because of what can happen if they miss the field goal.
Yeah, exactly. And like all these calls every week, if you miss it, you're a dumbass. If it works for you, hey, you're a genius. So it was gutsy, but that is just kind of trusting your players to do what they do, right? He is such a fun name to say.
Younghoe Koo.
Yeah.
It is kind of fun to say.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got the right pronunciation on it because I definitely was saying Younghoe Koo.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Hey, what up, Trey? What's good, man? Loving you guys pop. Wait, who did we forget? Ryan? Who's COL? Who was COL?
Colts.
Oh, the Colts.
He was so close, though. Remember, he picked them last week.
That was a good pick.
Close.
He almost pulled it off. Yeah, that was a good pick.
That's right. Good job by Ryan over there. No doubt. No doubt. So Putsy play, D. It's off the field, and it's what led to Zach Wilson being benched. How you go ahead and tell the media, no, it wasn't my fault. But the question was, do you feel that you let down the team? And he says no. Look, I know he's a baby, but he's got to know quarterback speak. That was a disaster, and that is the reason why he's not playing this week. I guarantee you, if he didn't have that press conference and didn't shit the bed, he would definitely be playing because the Jets still want to see if they can get anything out of this guy. But you know what? He may have just written his death sentence right there with New York.
Well, the thing is, they were winning in spite of him to start with when they were successful. Right. We were all talking about how if anything holds his team back, it's going to be quarterback. Right. Even when they were winning, he was getting like 120 yards a game. It wasn't like he was lighting the world on fire. Exactly. And then you go out there and you have a game where you literally can't get 6 points. If they get 6 points, prior to, of course, the game winning punt return, which is nuts. But prior to that, if they get 6 points, they win that game. If you're a defense and you're shutting down the Patriots like this, you're like, all we need to get 2 field goals for us. You can't get us 2 field goals. You got to own that. You have to come and own that afterwards. Like, yo, we were horrible. I was horrible mostly. And own that. Especially when your wide receivers, like you got talented wide receivers like Garrett Wilson, super upset with you. Like you have to own that and own how bad you've been. And I said on my podcast,
guys by a mile, D. I mean, it was. I mean, it was unreal how far wide receiver screens he couldn't even hit. He couldn't even hit the guy. It was just mind-boggling to watch. 2 yards they got in the entire second half.
Yeah, he was definitely seeing ghosts for sure. And I think that's something that that Belichick has mastered against Jets quarterbacks is making them see what's not there. He definitely was seeing that. And for me, when you talk about Zach Wilson, we haven't seen flashes of brilliance, right? Normally we'll pick that high, even if they're struggling. You'll see a play here or there where you're like, okay, I can see why you picked him that high. Outside of his pro day, we haven't seen flashes of brilliance. We've seen flashes of average. That's when people get excited about Zach Wilson, when he does like a normal 3-step drop and hits a guy on a quick slant.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
Oh,
You know what his one highlight play is? His one highlight play since he's been the Jets quarterback, which obviously hasn't been that long, a year and a half, has been a run play, where last year against the Jaguars, he ran for like a 52-yard run. That was it. It wasn't passing. I mean, this is what we're talking about right now. And it's such a shame, Nikki, because they have such a good I mean, they really do have a good team. They have a solid top 5 defense, and this quarterback can't get anything done for them. And look, it's not entirely his fault, but a hell of a lot of it is his fault, and he should have admitted that.
Yeah, and you can't do that in New York. Like, right, that was why Eli Manning was so great for the New York media. You know, don't give him anything to go and run with. Listen, it's vicious here. Being in the press room, like it is, it's pretty rough. That's why I think a lot of it comes down to personality too, and how you can handle the media in certain markets. But listen, be a leader of your team, right? And it is on you, and take accountability for it. I understand it's a team sport, and no, it's never just one person's fault, but you are a major part of the problem. So you need to step up and say, I need to do better. Almost every quarterback we see, I mean, there's times Tom Brady would win and he would still say, I need to play better. I could have done something better. And so who are you, Zach Wilson, to say it ain't your fault? The hell it isn't. That's just wild to me. Like, you want to talk about needing to mature and grow up a little bit. You know, that's crazy. How can you be looked at as a leader in that locker room now? You can't.
That's the thing. You lose the locker room, that's pretty much it. Like, the players are not going to even allow Robert Saleh to start him. You know, they're going to be, listen, this guy, we can't do it.
F this guy, right? I mean, I would.
F him is exactly right. And Trey's saying it's not going to be much for him to win his job back, because Mike White's probably not get, you know what? Even if Mike White doesn't play well, they'll probably go to Joe Flacco before they go back to Zach Wilson.
Yeah, the thing is, the next quarterback doesn't have to be great. Like, they just need somebody to be okay. They need a C quarterback. If you come in and you give us a C effort with that defense, you're winning games. And Zach Wilson was out there giving out straight Fs. And you got to have somebody who can at least give me a passing grade, qualify to play for the basketball team. Give me a 2.0. And at least we'll be able to win some games.
Terrible, man. But very, very bad look. I don't know if he can, even if he's going to have an opportunity to learn from this lesson, but that was horrible, and everybody's talking about it. And my God, he must be feeling like an absolute idiot. Or is he just that cocky kid who gets teammates' mothers and things like that, or his friends, that garbage. Anyway, whatever.
That's his highlight. That's his
highlight.
That's your highlight reel, unfortunately. Like, that's your highlight reel, Zach Wilson. God. I just think, like, you got, how old is he?
24?
24? 23? I don't know.
Yeah,
young
he's
20s,
still young,
like,
for sure.
You know, I'll give a little benefit of the doubt, but not much. Not much.
He's still old. He's old enough to know in that situation you have to take accountability. Like, he is old enough to know that. It's not a high school quarterback you're talking to. That's a crazy thing. Like, I interview high school kids all the time because I cover high school football out here. And even quarterbacks in high school, because they're trained at such an early age now, as soon as that camera comes on, they turn it on and they know what to say and how to give credit to their teammates. So they're learning very early. And someone like him should have known this stuff way long ago.
You see,
like, who trained him for the media? My God.
Yeah, not bad. Maybe the same one who trained Adam Gase to look like a freaking psychopath in the media also.
Remember that? Yes. I forgot about that.
Buggy-eyed and freaking out and everything.
Oh, his was always bugging. Like, I didn't do it. Like,
crazy, right?
The family show. I'm not going to say what it looked like he just did, but
Oh, man. All right, D, why don't you take us with some bragging rights and crow bites, man?
Yes. So if you are new to the show, this is the segment where we get to brag a little bit. We also have to eat a little crow. So we brag about something we've gotten right throughout the year or the previous week, and also eat some crow on the same thing. So I like to start out with the crow bites and then, pour it down and wash it down with some bragging rights. So I'll go ahead and start with the crow this week. I picked the Vikings to win. Obviously, that pick couldn't be more wrong over the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
They really got an old school take the switch off the tree type of whooping in that game. It was really bad. You know, it's bad when they take the game off in the third quarter to put on Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. Like it's really bad. So I have to eat a lot of crow on that one. I got mixed. Like I said, I got thrown off the scent because of the win over Buffalo. And then when I went back and thought about it, I was like, I should have saw this coming. Not this bad, but I should have saw Dallas winning.
Dallas was favored, 1.5 points on the road for a reason, and we saw why.
Yeah, for sure. We did see that. And what are you eating crow on, Jay?
Oh, man, there's plenty that I can eat crow on going even at the beginning of the year, but I'll go with the Denver Broncos, who I said were going to make the playoffs, and they're obviously not going to. They're just horrible, and they may have a worse coach than Brandon Staley and Nathaniel Hackett, who's basically relinquished all of his responsibilities. So I don't even know what he's doing there. I have no idea what he's doing. I mean, what he's doing on the sideline, calling timeouts. Maybe that's his one job. I have no clue.
Can't even get that right.
He really can't. I mean, seriously. But the Broncos are just absolutely terrible. And the funny thing is that Russell Wilson played like one of his best games, and they only scored 13 points, for God's sake. So he's just terrible. And they cut Melvin Gordon because he cannot hold on to the ball. Just unreal. Yeah. So go pick up Latavius Murray, guys, in your fantasy leagues if you can.
Man, it's so crazy because that defense, again, that's a very good defense. And I don't know if you guys saw the stat where it was like they would have been able to score 18 points in regulation in all their games. It'd be like 8-1 or 9-1, something crazy like that.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like their defense has been shutting teams down. They couldn't get 18 points in these games in regulation to win them. So if you're their defense, you're just looking at their side like, really? And the thing is, Russell Wilson's going to say all the right things. That's the thing.
Yeah, right. I was just going to say that. Yeah. I was just
so it's not the Zach Wilson thing, but with him, now people are wondering, is it real? Do you really believe what you're saying? Do you really take responsibility for this? Or are you saying that because it's the right thing to say? Yeah. So it's the opposite end of the spectrum when it comes to personalities of it, but you're still looking at your quarterback like, really? And it's also the opposite end because Zach Wilson's on a rookie deal. You can cut him tomorrow and be fine.
Right.
Can't do that with Russell Wilson.
No,
they're going to be dealing with a lot of financial things because of it. So it's a rough situation in Denver for sure.
No doubt.
Nikki, what are you eating crow on this week?
Yeah, we all have to eat crow on Denver. Something is just so wrong there. We say it every week. It's not like Russell Wilson just woke up and like, I suck at football now. I forget how to play. I don't know what to do. Like it's combination of things, but I need to eat crow on the Giants. I told you guys to take the Giants. They would win, cover, and to take the under. So I am sorry. When it comes to picking the Giants against the spread in betting, I am 7-3. So not horrible. But I was like pretty confident going into this game. I had a feeling it could be a trap game. I just thought that they just came out flat. This was very like Joe Judge flashbacks, Jason Garrett flashbacks that I hated. So I was so wrong on the Giants this week.
Well, you're not alone. You're not alone. I was with you on that too. Bad.
Yeah, I was on the Giants heavy as well, for sure. And it was a horrible game from an injury standpoint as well. You hate to see that. Like the Saints have had a lot of games like that this year where it's just like we lose 4 people.
Yes.
So it's something that really, really sucks, man.
That's rough.
So now let's brighten up the mood and let's give your bragging rights, Nikki.
So I said take San Francisco and they would cover, and they certainly did.
Yes.
Love
it. Love that call right there. Well done.
But they covered very easily in Mexico City against Arizona. Arizona. Speaking of coaches who can't hack it.
Yeah.
Cliff Kingsbury.
Ooh.
But that was rough. What are you bragging about this week, Jay?
I did say, look, I said those two bad defenses between Atlanta and Chicago, there's going to be a lot of points scored in that game. And I had the balls to take the over 49.5, and it went over. It went 51. And I did. Look, I took the Cowboys. I was very confident in taking the Cowboys over the Vikings, so I could brag a little bit about that. And but I want to brag a little bit about more, guys, and I don't want to go too crazy yet, but my Lions have won 3 in a row. Nikki, I'm sorry it came at the expense of your Giants, but they won 3 in a row. They're 4-6. They're not out of the playoff picture yet. So I still got that to hang on to a little bit, guys. A little bit.
You do. You do. I'm just glad I didn't make my bet on Detroit, and I know that Pittsburgh is not making the playoffs.
Yeah. Pittsburgh's not making the playoffs.
No. Whoa, no.
Oh man, but for my bragging rights, I'm gonna go with a full season outlook as well. Philadelphia, I picked as the 1 seed in the NFC. They're still holding that spot down, and then with Minnesota taking that big L to Dallas, they have a 1.5 game lead because they beat them head to head, so they should hold on to it. But Philadelphia definitely scared us with that Colts game, and maybe this is a new thing. Maybe because the Colts are playing so well under Jeff Saturday, we're just seeing analysts and podcasters get hired to be head coaches.
Yes.
I vote for Jason to take over San Francisco if Kyle Shanahan gets tired. Me and Nikki could be assistant coaches.
Yes.
Like I see it happening.
I love it. I love it. Hey, I hope Kyle Shanahan does a great job for a long time, but when he's ready to hang him up, send the 3 of us in. We'll take control. No doubt.
Yeah, no problem.
For sure.
I feel like that would be so great, right? It's just hey, get some podcasters in there.
I would love
head of player personnel, media training. We can do the media training because some of these people need it.
Yeah.
We can definitely help with that. Like if whatever team needs a head coach first. So it seems like the Giants would be good for Brian Daboll for a while. Maybe the Saints would be, I don't know if the Saints would be firing Dennis Allen. I'm not saying that. But if they do hire me on as a head coach, I'll definitely bring Nikki and Jason on the staff as well.
Yes.
You guys know which team we need to take over. It goes to that saying. It's the Chargers. We have no way we would do worse than Brandon Faley. No way we do.
In fact, if they hire us, I want to pull all our podcasters together and we collectively are going to run the organization. I guarantee you it'll be better than what it is right now.
And Nikki could be in charge of like making sure that the Chargers actually have fans.
Yes.
So we go, and I think she would definitely do a great job of making sure that more Chargers fans show up to the game than the other team's fans.
No, that she can also double as head cheerleader as well. I mean, it's perfect.
That's true. Our cheerleading team would have the best dance moves. That's for sure.
You definitely will. You know what? Let's just put this request in. Somebody call up Roger Goodell, tell him that we would do better.
We can. Yeah. We can. There's no doubt. I mean, look, if we were in Jacksonville instead of Urban Meyer last year, I think that they would have had a hell of a better season.
Urban Meyer and his politeness in the club.
Classic segment. I still stand by that. He was being polite to that young lady. Didn't want to turn her down. And she backed it up on him. He was like, who am I to turn this down and make her feel bad?
Right. I would just like to let everybody know when we met for lunch and I told this story, your wife's face, I mean, she agreed with me. It was like, you said that?
You got put on blast.
She didn't like that too much.
Woo! All right. She knew where I was coming from now.
I know. I'm just
So let's do our update right now before we get into our picks. Team records, Nikki's still very, very comfortable lead. 58 wins. Damian, 48 wins. So she's up by 10 on you and 11 on me. I only got 47. So, Nikki, you are looking real good right now with that one. Something catastrophic would have to happen. As far as our weekly records, this week we all did well. D, 9-5, triple locked. Very well. Nikki, 10-4, double locked. Awesome.
All right.
But I went 11-3. I edged you guys. I'm sorry. I know. Why am I apologizing for winning? Fuck that. I won. Double lock, only double lock, but went 11-3 this week. So as the season stands, I got 6 wins. D's got 5. Nikki's got 2. And we didn't do Freaky Fantasy Football Draft. We would never do that without Damian. So that stands at I got 5, Nikki's got 3, and D's got 2. We're going to bring that back today. But now it is time to get into the picks. Week 12. Here we go. NFL, starting with the, let's call it the Thursday Thanksgiving threesome. How about that? So
family show.
Family show my ass, please. With your filthy mouth, this is no family show. Come on.
We embrace cursing on
we do.
And for children of all ages as well.
Yes, I do. Yes. I embrace cursing for children of all ages. They're going to hear it, everybody. Like your kids are going to go to school. They're going to hear worse shit than you could possibly ever say. Believe me, things I learned about were like rumors that my friends told me in like the gym locker room, like when you're changing and stuff.
Yo, don't even get me started with shit they're teaching these kids in school right now. That's a whole nother topic, which it's crazy. But we can talk off air about that. Anyway, let's get to the football thing. So we got Turkey Day. The early game is always Detroit is hosting it. They're never going to change that, apparently. And Buffalo is coming in. So Detroit has won 3 in a row. Buffalo's coming in a little bit shaky. All right, but they ended up taking control in the second half against Cleveland last week. Buffalo 7-3, Detroit 4-6. Nikki, what do you think happens in this game?
Didn't they just play there last week because of
They
snow?
did.
Yeah.
Yes,
Did they leave
Yeah,
or did they stay?
Yes, I'm pretty sure they just stayed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they stayed. I don't know why they would fly. It's a short flight, but I don't see why they would go back and forth.
Okay, I was just wondering. I still think Buffalo's going to win, but I just was wondering if they made the trip or not. Yeah, no, I have it 34-27, but I like Detroit and the 9. I would take the points.
Oh,
I agree with her actually in that one.
Yeah.
Buffalo's been struggling, D, and I mean I'm not going to go crazy over here. Buffalo's the better team. Detroit's defense is awful, and that's going to be obviously the difference in that game. But I still think that Detroit's going to be able to put up some points. I think it'll be really close, but I'm going to take Buffalo 32-31, D.
Oh, you got a classic on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a Detroit classic on Thanksgiving in a while.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
right. I'm predicting a Detroit classic. I am.
Okay. I'm going Buffalo 28-21. So I guess I do like Detroit in the points.
Oh, okay.
We all do, apparently,
Looks like
based
we're
on our
all-
scores.
Yeah, you see, we're
There's
teasing
one.
something for our best bets. Okay, all right, we're off to a good start already.
Marinate on it for a minute. Marinate on it.
Yeah.
Nick, how do you feel about your Giants playing the Cowboys on Thanksgiving? Are you
No.
all about that or what?
No, I hate it. I just, like I said, I host. It's like very like, what time does the turkey start? I'm gonna be watching the TV, trying to get everything together. Thankfully, my sister helps, and she's an amazing help. But you're drinking. Like, I already am very fired up and animated. It's Dallas. After this podcast, I have to jump on TSS Fantasy and defend the fact that the Giants are going to win. I'm going to lose this week. I already feel it.
You're going with the Giants.
I already feel it. No, I'm going to go with Dallas to win this one. I have Dallas 30, Giants 20. If it wasn't for all the injuries, I'd probably feel a little bit better. But we're down to nobody.
Look, Saquon's going to have one hell of a day. Obviously, they're both 7-3, so whoever wins this game is going to be possibly tied with Philly or in second place at the very worst. So, pretty big game, D.
They win Odell Beckham. It's the Beckham Bowl.
I saw that. I saw how you said that Dallas was being thirsty. That was hilarious.
Come on, you guys, come on. Should they be doing that? It's very thirsty.
I guess if it's their way of trying to get a free agent, everyone has their different way of trying to approach things. To me, it kind of reminds me of like, if you're a guy at a bar, do you want the women approaching you, or do you want the woman to stay back so you can approach? Right. And I feel like maybe that's the. That's the thing. It depends on your style. It depends on what the woman looks like, and it depends on your style, right? It depends on if the woman's beautiful and she comes up to you. It doesn't matter how aggressive she is. If Halle Berry comes up to you and says, "I want to go with you," and you're single, you're gone. So for OBJ, it depends on how Dallas looks to him. If Dallas looks like an attractive woman, it doesn't matter if they're being thirsty. It doesn't matter at all. So I guess we're gonna see if Dallas is attractive to him. But for the game, I'm gonna go with Dallas 30-17.
All right. And I will also go with Dallas. They showed a lot. I mean, I don't think they're as good as that 40-3 game, but they're pretty damn good. So I think the Giants going in there, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Dallas just has more weapons. They're both in the lower half in run defense. So we can see, Saquon can definitely have a really big game, but so can Pollard and Zeke. But I really like Dallas a lot in this game. I'm going to take him 24-17. I'm actually going to lock it in.
I'm not locking a division game. No,
I hear you, and I'm kind of skeptical on that too. But I don't like a whole lot of games. It's a lot of games.
It's a rough week. Yeah, it's not like once we get past Thursday, like, am I going to watch football on Sunday?
Yeah. And you look at some of these spreads and over unders, and I'm like, I really don't like anything this week. Really?
Yeah. I don't know. Our next game we got, which will be the last game on Turkey Day, the Thursday night game, is going to be the Patriots-Vikings. Vikings, Andrew Booth is out at cornerback. Let's see how much that helps. Christian Darrisaw, they're still missing now for the second week in a row, the Vikings on their offensive line. So is that going to affect them? I don't know if that's going to be that much of a big deal in this game, Nikki, but New England coming in at 6-4, and they would be a playoff team right now, and obviously so would Minnesota at 8-2. So what do you think?
Kirk Cousins in prime time. It's like Bill Belichick's going to try to take away Justin Jefferson. The Patriots offense kind of sucks. Their defense is really good. I'll edge to Minnesota on this one. I'll go 22-19.
All right, going Minnesota. And D, what are you going to do with this one?
I'm gonna go Minnesota as well, 20-10. Just because the Patriots offense is so bad. I can see the Patriots defense giving Kirk Cousins some issues early on. Maybe he'll throw a couple of picks. We're like, oh, Kirk Cousins prime time. Holiday is even more prime time because everybody's watching the game. so I could definitely see the first half being bad, but then they get it together in the second half.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think that the Patriots can possibly score enough points against the Vikings. I just didn't want to lock it because it's Belichick and, it's Cousins in prime time. So I'm like, no, stay away from that. But no, I do like Minnesota 20-13. I think the Vikings need to run the ball in this game with both their backs, with Cook and Madison, because that's where you can get New England. So, I like, I'm definitely going with Minnesota. So make it a trifecta in the house, baby. All right, next game. We got Broncos and Panthers, I believe. Yeah, so Denver 3-7, Carolina 3-8. This is just as ugly as it gets, and nobody's going to want to watch this game at all. But I think that, I go back to the line of scrimmage all the time, and gosh, I don't want to keep picking Denver, and I've picked them here and there, and it really hasn't worked out that much. But I think the Panthers are pretty shitty, and Sam Darnold is starting this week, so that's another quarterback change. So I'm actually going to take Denver in this game, 19-16, Damian.
Well, you see that many points?
Yes, touchdowns. That's why. But yeah, right.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. We could see a couple. We could see a pick six on each side in this one. We could see something crazy.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm gonna go Denver 10-7. I think this is going to be an extremely low scoring game in this one, and the over under is set at 36.5. That's so low for an over under. They know how ugly this game is going to be.
Wow, that is extremely low. Oh my gosh, I still think I would even take it even so. Oh my god. Oh, Nikki, 2 3-win teams over here. Which one takes it, Denver or Carolina?
Yeah, Carolina's 3-3 at home. Denver, I'm done picking you. I'm going to go Carolina. I have it 20-18, so I have it slightly over.
The return of Sam Darnold. Okay, here we go.
Hey, I mean, you might like.
We can't. That's the thing. I can't even argue against it when you look at Denver. He's like, Carolina could win. I can see it.
Could.
It's possible.
I don't know. I can't. Like, I'm done picking Denver right now. So really, that's my reasoning.
No,
they should have beat Vegas for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really should have won that game. That's terrible. And I could have gone, putsy play on them because Russell Wilson threw a ball away instead of taking off another 45 seconds on the clock. Very, very bad. Yeah. Very bad move. Yep, terrible. Okay, so we got that game in. All right, so Tampa Bay, who's 5-5, goes to Cleveland, who is better than their 3-7 record. Jacoby Brissett, still the quarterback guys over there right now, waiting for Deshaun Watson to get over there. The Bucs D, I think, should win the game for them. I think that they'll just be able to make enough plays. And, I think Chubb will get his a little bit. Amari Cooper never has 2 good games in a row, so don't expect that to happen. That's why I like Tampa Bay in this game. That's why I like Tampa. I'm going to go 24-19 Tampa Bay, Nikki.
Yeah, so Tom Brady's 4th start in Cleveland in his career, and the last time he lost there was 2010. So I will go with Father Time. Yes, I have it 27-23, and I'm going to lock it. I will lock Tampa Bay.
Nikki's first lock. Locking in the Brady bunch. Okay.
I'm surprised by that lock. That's a dangerous lock right there.
Yeah, I know. But again, like, I don't love all these matchups. Like, I probably wouldn't really bet any of them this week. I wouldn't really lock it if it wasn't our thing. So.
Yeah, it wasn't our thing. I love it. But it is our thing. Yep. And all right, on the road. I mean, all right, there you go. So, but I agree they're the better team. So, D, we both like Tampa Bay, but she's locking it in. Are you?
I am going with the Cleveland Browns to win this game.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, I'm going with Cleveland in this one, 24-20. I think that the same thing I said about Minnesota earlier with all the fragrances and stuff that I said to make that analogy, same thing goes to Tampa Bay. I feel like that game against Seattle, they kind of threw us off the scent with all the different fancy perfumes, but they didn't shower. And I think that the must is going to come out this week against the Cleveland Browns. So give me Cleveland 24-20.
Okay, you got it.
Some interesting analogies tonight.
Yeah, right. There's some good ones here.
Like you smell, you didn't shower. Well, if you're a beautiful woman, you could be aggressive towards me. It's all right.
Whatever comes out of our mouths, who the hell knows?
Yeah, it's literally whatever comes comes here.
No rehearsal.
No.
All right, the Jaguars need a rehearsal, and they need to rehearse winning a game because they're not doing good at that at all. They are hosting Baltimore this week, and we just talked about Baltimore is one of them Super Bowl contenders, so they can't cough it up over here, Damian, against Jacksonville, who again is 3-7. Baltimore 7-3. Baltimore a bit hobbled again, as we talked about coming in, but overall they're the better team. But is Trevor Lawrence going to give them a hiccup this week after a bye?
No, I don't think the bye helps Jacksonville. I'm going Baltimore 21-13.
All right.
And I'm locking it in. Give me the Baltimore Ravens to lock it in. And do you remember like week 3, Jacksonville was 2-1. They had just beat the Chargers like 38-10.
Yes.
And we were all like, oh man, here comes Jacksonville. Life fast, man.
Man.
I don't know what happened there, but yep, there you go.
We played ourselves on that one.
It's going to be a sneaky one, Nikki. I don't know. I mean, look, I'm going with Baltimore also. The Jaguars just picked up Darrell Henderson, so let's see if that actually helps out their backfield. I don't know how much it's going to help out, but now Cam Akers is definitely the guy in LA. We'll get to that game in a bit. No, Ravens are better than Jacksonville, but I do think it's going to be a close game somehow, and Lamar's going to have to make some magic happen in the fourth quarter. I'll take Baltimore 24-23, Nick.
I actually could see this being a trap game for Baltimore. I don't know why exactly. And I think Jacksonville's going to have the lead at the half. I think Lamar's going to have to engineer somewhat of a comeback. I don't know. I just think Jacksonville's going to just kind of catch them in I don't know. I think they're going to be a little capitalized, maybe create a turnover or two. But I do have Baltimore winning 28, Jacksonville 25. But I think it's a sneaky trap game for them.
All right. So you're saying that there is a chance. There's a chance.
Usually I would lock Baltimore, but for some reason I was just like, no, don't lock it.
All right. Well, you got to go with your gut sometimes. That instinct is very important. There's no doubt. Yeah. I don't think you need a lot of instinct in this next game because the Houston Texans are terrible. They're 1-8-1. And like I said, they're going with Kyle Allen now. And if you guys know who that is, I'm talking to your audience out there, then good for you because not a lot of people do. And they're going to play Miami. They got the Dolphins in Miami. The Dolphins again 7-3. They've been ripping it up. They're coming off a bye as well, so they're going to be pretty rested. And you can imagine Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle getting ready to go off. Miami will just have way too much offense for the Texans to handle. 31-10, Miami locking it in, Nikki.
Oh yeah, I'm locking this in. What do I have? I have it 33-16. So I'll lay that 12. I like that one.
There you go. There you go.
Okay. Yes, this is a trifecta. Locking it in as well. I'm going Miami 27-10.
This would be the major upset of the week right here. If
yeah,
sure.
Oh my gosh, that'd be something else.
Hey, you can't sleep on the Kyle Allen, the Panther, and Washington great.
The great Kyle Allen. My gosh.
I don't think I know who he is. Like what? He's not ringing a bell to me.
He didn't play.
He played like 2 seconds. Yeah, he played like 2 seconds in Carolina, right, and a little bit in Washington.
Yeah. This will be his first start, actually, in the end.
Okay.
Yeah, but wait, maybe not overall. Well, certainly for. I'm not sure. Well, anyway, I wish I did know that off the top of my head. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, definitely his first start for the Houston Texans. That much I know. So, all right, let's move it on. We got Chicago, who keeps fighting, but they can't seem to win these games. They're 3-8. Now, no Justin Fields in this game. And again, like we said, against the Jets, who are 6-4 right now, Mike White steps in. So we're talking about a couple of backup quarterbacks over here, but the Jets, to me, have overall a much better team. They're at home, so they probably should win this game. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm going with the Jets 13-10. I think this is another one that is not exciting with the battle of the backup quarterbacks. Chicago's defense isn't good, but the Jets' offense is just bad. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, 13-10 Jets.
Yeah, I think pretty low-scoring, too. I'm being generous here, giving the Jets 17 points, 17-9. I got the Jets, Nikki.
Yeah, no, I think it's like 10-7. It's something like that. I'm going to go with the Jets. Not really excited for this game. So.
Yep. Smells like another under over here. Smelling like an under.
Yeah, what is the under, actually?
Mike White versus Trevor Siemian in this game. My God.
Wow.
Who wants to watch this?
Wow. Boy, don't sleep on former Bronco great and Saint great.
Oh, my God.
It's amazing some of these guys are still in the league. It's freaky. Unreal.
38.5.
38.5.
Okay. Yeah, we might have to add that to the parpay.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good to me right now. It really does. Oh my God, I'm surprised they even put an over/under out on that game. They should just mix the whole thing all together. It's really ridiculous.
No betting. Yeah.
This next game should be interesting. All right, Cincinnati 6-4. We talked a little bit about them earlier as a Super Bowl contender, but I didn't mention the Titans, who have a better record. They're 7-3. I don't see them as a Super Bowl contender, guys, but this should be a pretty good game, Nikki. I'm very interested to see what happens here. What do you think?
Yeah, I actually think this is one of the better games of the week. And I think it's probably going to be a good one, right? So we're going to get Derrick Henry. We get P. Ryan, right? He's coming off what do you have? 3 touchdowns or something last week.
Yeah.
So I'm always happy to see Joe Burrow play. You guys know I love this kid. I do think that Cincinnati will take it. I have it 27-24. So not crazy scoring. And I think it's fairly close.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really good game. Either way you look at it, no matter who comes out on top, I think it will be close, but 3-4 points deep. But Tennessee, they're at home. They want revenge for what happened last year. And if you remember last year, they sacked Joe Burrow, I think, 9 times in that game.
Yeah.
They still freaking lost.
9 times, yeah.
9 times. It's from freaking oh my God, what movie is that? Ferris Bueller's Day Off. 9 times he's been suspended. Anyway, yeah, Tennessee, I mean, they outplayed them. Can they do it this time? Can they this time take the win? What do you think?
No, I'm going with Cincinnati, 24-17. Tennessee's another team that you're just not sure about. They're good. They're good. They got a good record. They've been able to win some games, even with Malik Willis at quarterback.
Yes.
So you're like, okay, this team can win. They know what to do. And it still is something where you just there's something there, Nikki's favorite quarterback, Ryan Tannehill, it's something there that just keeps you from trusting this team,
I understand, but what keeps me from saying, they are a contender as far as every week and they can be in any game like they did against the Chiefs and, going to overtime or whatever the hell happened. I like Tennessee. They are just really tough. They out physical you. They play Mike Vrabel football, which is hard nosed and everything. Yeah. I like the Titans in this game. I think they're going to out physical the Bengals. Yeah, I do. So you know what? Tennessee, people sleeping on them. Again, I'm not saying they're a Super Bowl contender. I'm really not. But I like them at home in this game against the Bengals. I really do. I think that Derrick Henry's going to run a freaking muck. He's going to run all over the damn place. So I'm looking for big things out of him. All right. So I'll be Lone Ranger on that game, and I got no problem with it.
We have a fantasy question.
Oh, what do we got here? Let's see. Let's put it up on the board over here. All right. Start ones. What's it? Fields, Cousins, Lawrence traded Rashard White for Fields. Okay. Rashard White. He's now leading the backfield in Tampa Bay. So I'm trying to see, Luca. You're asking what? Start Cousins or Lawrence? Is that what it is?
Yeah, because Fields has been playing. It was gonna hurt me on fantasy in a real deal league. I picked up Justin Fields. But out of Cousins and Lawrence, that's tough. That's 2 really bad matchups right there. Sorry to say. But I guess I would go Cousins against the Patriots, though.
I would.
Wow.
That's tough.
I got to tell you, man, the Ravens defense is, especially their pass defense, really hasn't been that good. I would probably take Lawrence in this one, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's true. They looked good last week, but that's against Baker and the Panthers. So right. So it may be a little fool's gold there as well. So honestly, it's a toss up between Cousins and Lawrence. I guess that's why you asking the question there. But it's
break the tie. What do you think, Nikki?
It's tough.
No, I would probably start Cousins. Baltimore's coming off the bye, right? I just feel like they're going to be probably a little more revved up, right?
I have a little side bet on this one. No, I think Lawrence. I think Lawrence under putting up more points. I think we got another one. All right, need a flex and wide receiver 2 in PPR. So who would you guys start? We got Thielen, Slayton. All right. We got, I guess, Paris Campbell and Christian Watson. Okay, so a flex and a wide receiver 2. I think I'd probably say, go ahead, D. What do you think?
For the flex, I can see Campbell being there. Indy's playing better, so I can see Campbell being a good option there. And then for the wide receiver 2, I would go Watson because he's starting to get a little groove there in Green Bay. So
they're going against Philly, though.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah. It's tough against Philly.
It's a tough matchup.
It is.
But I can see one receiver there having a good game would be Watson.
Slayton is kind of emerged. Now that Robinson is hurt, Nikki, I think that Slayton can put up some points.
I would go Slayton. I'm sure he's going to be up against Diggs, but he just makes these really big plays. It's Watson. I don't trust it against the Philly defense. I think it's a lot easier to expose the Dallas defense.
Right. None of us really liking Thielen in this one over here. I think that,
not against the Patriots.
No.
I feel like it's going to be a lot of Justin Jefferson jump balls in this one.
And you know what? The Steelers' pass defense really hasn't been that good. So I don't know. I would probably go Campbell and Slayton.
Yeah,
to be honest.
I think Campbell and Slayton.
Okay,
now, Chris, I hope you did you right. Oh, and he wants. Would you guys lean Chiefs D over the Eagles this week?
Oh wow.
I would go Chiefs D against the Rams.
Yeah. The Rams got their backup quarterback going. They got Bryce Perkins going. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, Chiefs D for sure.
Yeah, Chiefs D. Yeah, there we go. I hope we helped you out.
But let's end it like we give any advice, right? You guys see that meme? But I don't know though. It's your team. I mean, you just doing. I'm trying to ruin your playoffs.
We're here for the advice. We do our best for you. We do our best, even in our part pays.
Nikki's good when it comes to the fantasy. She snuck back into the playoffs here in the Real Deal League after a slow start.
So did I, by the way. Somehow I snuck back in. I find that my 4-6-1 record is paying off over here. My tie is. I don't know how that happened.
You're the NFC South representative.
I really am. That's right. Exactly. I love it. Hey, I'll take it any way I can get it, man. And speaking of the NFC South, we got the Falcons playing the Commanders this week. So it's an interesting game. This one's another really tough one to pick. There's no doubt about it. We have Atlanta at 5-6, Washington at 6-5. Riding the Taylor Heineke wave, D.
Yeah, it's crazy because Taylor Heineke is not really playing better than Carson Wentz by the numbers. But something, I guess, is something about just having him out there that makes the team play better. Exactly. And he does have a better connection with some of the receivers than Wentz did.
Especially with McLaurin. He's got a much better connection with McLaurin.
Yes, for sure. So I'm going to go Washington in this one. This is a very tough game to pick. You could talk yourself to either side. But I'm going to go Washington 21-20. I think this is going to be a really close one.
Okay, I think it's a close one too, Nikki. I got Washington 27-24. I just think that they'll make more plays. You know, McLaurin, Samuel's able to make some plays. Logan Thomas even now. So I think that they have a pretty good passing day, Nikki. I'm going to go with Washington.
Yeah, I am too. Talk about like two teams that just kind of like came out of nowhere and now they're like in the playoff conversation. It's like didn't expect that. Plus Atlanta is, I think they're 1-4 on the road. Ooh. So I'll go Washington. I have it 27-20.
27-20. All right. Move it along.
It'll be interesting to see if Washington's run defense is for real in this game. Atlanta's definitely going to.
I think Chase Young is coming back this game, right? From what I understand, Chase Young should be back on the field. I think
that's what I heard. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see if they give him.
You can't really expect much from him in this game back.
Right. Yeah, maybe they give him 25-30 snaps if he does play. So I can understand that. I'm with you. But we'll see what his impact is on that short-term play. We'll see how it goes. The Chargers and the Cardinals are the next game. The Chargers are 5-5, guys. I mean, what more needs to be said? They have so much talent. I know that they have injuries on defense right now, but so does every team. All right, and the Chargers have way too much talent. They finally got back Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. Then Mike Williams gets hurt. We'll see if he comes back in this one. Arizona 4-7. As we said, they are as fugazi as they freaking get, Nikki. So who's more fugazi in this one?
Definitely Arizona. I'm going to go Chargers 30, Arizona 24.
All right. D, I'm going to go with it. It's just that Arizona's offense is struggling way too much. And the Chargers, again, with Keenan Allen back, and if Mike Williams is coming back and Joshua Palmer now doing big things around there, I like the Chargers to win pretty big in this game, 34-21.
Okay, yeah, I definitely like that. I just need the Chargers to act like every team is the Chiefs. That effort that they put against the Chiefs would beat every other team in the league.
That's a good point.
They just have to act like they're playing the Chiefs every week. They can't beat the Chiefs because it's Patrick Mahomes, but they put that same effort against everybody else. We could see a nice team here.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go to Chargers as well, 28-17.
It is amazing how some teams play one another and whatnot. And yeah, you're right. If they gave that effort like they do against the Chiefs every time, because they play them really well, even though they end up losing most of the time, they play them really well. So, go figure. No bye weeks this week. That's why we got 16 matchups. So let's get to our next one, which is the Raiders and the Seahawks over here. So Seattle's coming off their bye. Vegas coming off a cruddy win. Again, they just can't move the ball. Thank God for Devontae Adams, or they would have nothing. So Vegas 3-7, Seattle 6-4. D, take it away.
I'm gonna go with Seattle 24-14. I don't trust Vegas against real teams. They beat they beat Denver, but yeah, I just don't trust them at all. Especially when I saw my Saints beat them 24-0. Like that's still staying in my mind. Like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
I don't trust Vegas at all.
Vegas offense is really not that good, and not that Seattle has got a great defense, but I see them being able to hold it down. Seattle should score more. Penalties will hurt Vegas like they always do. As long as they can hold up Max Crosby, I think they'll be all right. Nikki, I'm agreeing with D. I'm going Seattle 26-17.
Yeah, no, I'm going to take Seattle. It's home, right? It's at Seattle.
Yeah, they're home.
Yeah. No, I'll take Seattle. Seattle 24. I don't know. Can the Raiders score points this week? I mean, I don't know. If they score points, I don't think they're going to score a lot of points. I don't know what to do with that team. Like, some weeks they're scoring points, and then weeks they just score nothing, or they get like 10 points.
That's the team we should take over, Jason.
That's true.
The Raiders.
Yeah.
Right. Because they're scared to fire McDaniels because they don't have the money, right? They don't want to have to pay him out his contract, while also still maybe having the danger of having to pay Gruden if that doesn't go through, and have to pay like somebody who's a real coach. So bring us in for what's considered cheap NFL standards, but will be a lot of money to us.
Yeah, that's right.
And we solved the situation for you.
Yes.
We solved the situation for you. We got you.
The Raiders are the type of team that would do that too, just hire complete outsiders, which we are, and we want to get inside. So hire us. We got you. We'll do a better job than McDaniels.
He just can't. I would say he can't hack it. Nathaniel can't hack it. I mean, like none of them. Like, some of these guys just done, right? No more chances. You're done.
It's like we all forgot in the beginning of the year that Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid are still with the Chiefs. It's like, duh, okay, they're still there. So there's a guy named Travis Kelce. I mean, let's get freaking real. And they are rocking it right now, and they are the next team that we're going to be talking about. Like we said, the Rams are just hobbling into Kansas City this week. Oh, my God. The Rams are 3-7. Talk about a Super Bowl hangover. They are freaking drunk as hell still. They haven't even got hungover yet. It is awful. Kansas City 8-2. I mean, it goes without saying that Kansas City is going to beat the ever-living piss out of the Rams. I'm locking it up. That's my last one. 30-10. Lock it up, Nikki.
Yeah, I'm locking this up. I have it 31-17, so I'll lay that 14.5.
All right. Your math is off a little bit.
Oh, is it? What do I have?
Just by a half a point.
Exactly half a point. Okay.
So maybe not.
Yeah, I'm going Kansas City 30-10. So it is a trifecta, because I'm definitely locking it in as well.
I got a 30-10 also, same score.
Yes, sir. So for kids, like, it's 15.5 on FanDuel. Now, I would never really bet it. It's going to be one of my, $1 I'll pick every game bet. But as far as putting real money on it, 15.5 is so much.
That's a lot of points.
So yeah.
Even though
have you seen the Rams be able to demonstrate that they can do anything on offense? I mean,
no, the only game they had looked halfway decent was against the Saints, and they still lost that one. Like, it's just bad there.
If they can't do anything with Matt Stafford, what are they going to do with Bryce Perkins? What do you
think?
Bryce, exactly right. Exactly. You said my point perfectly. Who? Exactly. Gosh. All right, D. Here we go, man. Here we go. It's America's game of the week as far as I'm concerned. The New Orleans Saints 4-7, 49ers 6-4. Nikki, give me and D a chance to breathe over here. Tell us what you think is going to happen.
So Saints haven't won on the road since week 1. Is that right? So it feels like they would be due for a win, but I just feel like San Francisco just has so much momentum going for them. I have the Niners 31, Saints 20.
Okay. So a nice 11-point victory over there. The 49ers would cover, according to Nikki. New Orleans having their problems, D, correct me if I'm wrong, against the run. It seems like teams are able to run on them, and that's what the 49ers do best. That's why, right? Am I wrong? Am I right?
Yeah, our run defense hasn't been what it was in the past. It's not like one of the worst in the league, but it's not our strength like it was. Like, we used to be like number 1, number 2 rush defense. We're definitely not close to that this year.
Right. So when you talk about Christian McCaffrey and Elijah Mitchell, who looks amazing coming off the IR. I mean, this two-headed monster that we got, plus Debo, plus IU, plus Kittle. Holy shit. Imagine if we had a really good quarterback. It would be the greatest team ever assembled. But
imagine that.
Oh, my God. 49ers, I have to go with the 49ers, not by bias, not by anything else, but just looking at it objectively. Yeah, I like the Niners 24-17. I think the Saints will compete, but I do like San Francisco to win.
Okay, now you have it closer than I have. I have the 49ers winning as well. So this is a trifecta.
Oh.
I know it sucks. I wish we were good so me and Jay could really go back and forth and do it, but nah, not this year. So even Cam Jordan's missed a game this year. His first time missing a game in his career. Yeah, like it's really bad when he's missing a game. But yeah, I'm going San Francisco 20-10.
20-10. Okay. Yeah,
I don't see us doing much against that defense at all.
Yeah.
It's tough. And now they're scoring points. The 49ers become one of those teams. Watch out. Like these two teams better watch out. Green Bay and Philly. Philly 9-1 hosting the Green Bay Packers on Sunday Night Football. Green Bay 4-7. We thought maybe they're getting their groove back like Stella, but it didn't happen because Tennessee beat them. So that went down the tubes over there. So this Sunday night, Philadelphia hosting Green Bay. Philly's just going to run to victory. They're going to run the ball. Jalen Hurts is going to run. Miles Sanders is going to run. Boston Scott's going to run. Everybody's running the ball. Philadelphia 27-17, Nikki.
I have the same score.
I love it. Beautiful.
I will take Philly.
Philly 27-17. Trifecta D or what?
Yes, sir. This is a trifecta. Yes, Philadelphia. I'm going 24-17. This is going to be interesting, though. Philadelphia hasn't really looked like themselves the last.
No, they haven't. It's true.
So this game right here, come out against a Green Bay team that's desperate. Does Philadelphia have another game where they're not quite themselves? And next thing you know, we're worried. Oh, is Philadelphia really the favorite in the NFC? Like that's that test game right here.
This is true.
So if Green Bay loses, like they're knocked out of the playoffs, right? If they lose officially,
pretty much.
So okay, do we see what Jordan Love has?
That's a good question. You know what? That's a great question.
Yeah, if they officially get knocked out, I would.
Wow.
Like, I would try to at least see, because you're still locked into Aaron Rodgers because of that contract, but I would at least see, like, if he plays well, you're like, oh, maybe we can get a little trade bait. You're looking at one of those teams that needs a quarterback, maybe a New York Jets.
The Jets?
A team like that, and you're like, okay, we get some draft picks or something for him. So I would let him go out there because there's no reason for Rodgers to go out there outside of pride and him, not wanting people to say he quit.
You know what? I'll tell you something, Nikki. It makes all the sense in the world for them to see what they got once they're officially knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
But there is no way Aaron Rodgers will allow that to happen. He will not sit on the bench for anybody, not even freaking Joe Montana. He would not sit on the bench for. So you are absolutely right. It should happen to see what they got with this kid who's been sitting on the bench for 3 freaking years as a first-round draft pick. They're not going to. But I can see him possibly being the quarterback next year because I think that Aaron Rodgers may finally move on. I think that this thing is just broken, disheveled. But Nikki, I think that's really interesting that you brought that up.
Well, yeah. And then, just to your point, Aaron Rodgers wouldn't let it happen. Like, you're the quarterback. I understand you're Aaron Rodgers, okay? But, I mean, what are you playing for at that point?
Only his pride and the fact that he refuses to be benched for a guy who never took, like, a real NFL snap. I mean, I know he has. He played a game against Kansas City. I remember that stuff. But, I mean, that is pride. That's why. I mean, he'll tell the organization, look, I've done everything in the world for you. Don't do this. Wait, I'll get out of here. And then you can see what they have at the kid. But other than that, Nikki, you're 100% right.
That's what should happen. Business decision that you're going to let your quarterback, I don't give a fuck who you are, to dictate how you're going to run your organization.
They've been doing it, unfortunately.
I know. And they want to know why that they're in a shambles half the time.
Yeah. Excellent point, Nikki. Very, very smart. I like that.
Excellent point. Excellent drop of the F word right out of love. Just the position you put it in. Like, excellent breakdown.
Oh, thank you. First word.
Perfection at its best right there. I love it. All right. Our last game is our Monday Night Football game. This is a tough one to predict, guys. Pittsburgh 3-7. We're seeing Pickett to Pickens a lot more. Man, that kid Pickens is really freaking good, man. Yeah. Really, really good player. And we got Indy at 4-6-1. I hate saying N1. It's so freaking annoying unless we're talking about basketball. We're N1. But anyway, those are the records. It's Steelers, Colts. D, why don't you take us home with this one?
So I'm going to go with the Colts. I'm going to go with the Colts 17-14 in this one. I think it's a close game. but maybe Jeff Saturday got some type of magic going on over there. They have played well under him, so we'll see.
Yeah. Yep. All right. And then Jonathan Taylor running the ball better. They almost had that game, Nikki, against Philly last week. It would have been a whole bunch of different talk going on. But what do you think here in this Monday night action?
Yeah, no, I'll go Indy 23, Pittsburgh 19.
All right. We're all on Indy. I got it 23-16 Indianapolis. And I think because mostly it'll be the Jonathan Taylor versus the Najee Harris show. And I think Jonathan Taylor's better and Indianapolis offensive line is a bit better. So those are our Week 12 picks. Time to get to Week 12 bets. Let's figure out what we like here, guys. You ready?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, let's get it.
I didn't like a whole lot, but even though I do like the Cowboys to win, the Giants +9, I like that a lot.
Love that.
Also love the Bears Jets under. I had 40.5, but it's down to what, 38.5? Is that what we said?
Yeah, so a lot of people like it.
Yeah.
It's been bet down a lot.
Panthers. No, I'm sorry, not that game. I like the Falcons and Commanders over 43. Again, we're not talking about two cruddy defenses. I think both teams will be able to score a lot. So those are my three. What do you got, Ting?
All right, so I like Detroit +9.5. Nikki mentioned it earlier.
Yeah,
I like that one a lot. I think they keep this game pretty good. And Nikki's mentioned before they have a great record when it comes to backdoor covers. So I like that one.
Okay.
I also like Baltimore -4 against Jacksonville. I think they beat them by more than that. Even though with Baltimore you have to go through that scare of them not scoring for a quarter or two, but I think they put out more than 4 points. I mentioned it earlier, it's extremely low, but I still like it under. Denver, Carolina, 36.5. I still like the under in that one, even at that low rate. And the last one, Chargers -3 against Arizona. You know, I'm always down to take the points against Arizona. So give me the Chargers right there.
And that game is that in Arizona, that game, I think? Or
that is,
it's in Arizona. How much we didn't even know.
The Chargers are used to playing in a road environment anyway.
Yeah, exactly. We're not sure if Kyler Murray is going to play or not, but we'll see. But I do like the Detroit 9.5. I'm liking the Giants 9 so far. What do you got, Nikki?
Same, like I said, Detroit 9. I like the Giants to cover, and I like Tampa Bay to cover. 3.5.
What's the points? 3.5?
3.5. I have it by 5.
Okay. All right. Let me see this.
So we all agree on Detroit +9.5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that one. I think in divisional game, even though I do think Dallas is going to win, I think the Giants 9 points. I think Saquon's going to have a really good day, so I think it's going to be closer.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that one. I have Dallas winning by 13.
You do? Okay. All right. I don't see the Giants losing by that much. Do you think the Packers-Eagles game would go over 45.5?
I would think so. Yeah, because
I feel like Philly can get to like 28-30 themselves.
Yeah, they can. I'm just scared. Green Bay, their offense has had its moments, but then they'll just have that game where Aaron Rodgers gets frustrated and next thing you know.
Well, here's what I'll say about that. Philly's one weakness, if you want to call it that, is they've been having trouble stopping the run. This is why they got Linval Joseph and Ndamukong Suh. So if AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones go off, I don't know. They could.
No, that's a good point, because that's the reason the Colts were able to make that game so close.
Right.
Running football. So that's a good point. I like the under for Chicago Jets more though.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that too. I like
that
too. Okay, so what was it? 38.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, 38.5. So the two that we have right now, Detroit +9.5, and the under for Chicago and New York.
All right. Now we have to get one other one. I'm very comfortable actually with Denver, Carolina under. I feel really comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't we
at 36? Yeah.
36.
So we'll do Chicago Jets under 38.5. We'll do Detroit +9.5. That's against the Bills on Thanksgiving Day. And then Denver, Carolina under 36.5. I like these bets. Actually, I feel better about these bets than we have in kind of like our last few of them. We wanted the last few of them, but yeah. And speaking of last week, it was kind of tough. It ended up being, we actually would have won the Bears game. The line ended up being 3.5, and they lost by 3. The Giants, we lost that one. That was unfortunate. We all like that. And we did pick up the win in the Denver-Vegas game, which went under 41.5, way under 41.5. So didn't do too bad. So this week, all right. We have 2 unders, and we have a home dog. I like that a lot. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. Okay.
Like it.
Looking good. All right. We got to finish it out with the Freaky Fantasy Football Draft. And Nikki, you are the reigning champion. We didn't have the game last week, but from the week before,
oh,
I get to pick the order.
I picked the order. All right. Let's see. Jay, you can go first. D, you can go second, and I'll go last.
All right. J, D, Nikki. Here we go. All right. I'm glad I'm going first because I'm afraid that Damian might take this guy for me this week. And I definitely want him, and I haven't taken him all year. And that would be Sir Patrick Mahomes against this Rams defense.
Oh, God. Really?
I called it. I told you he was going to take him. I knew he was going to take him. I had to do it. I got my quarterback.
Definitely. Oh, man, that might be the swipe of the year. I had him written down. I thought for sure he wasn't going to take him.
I knew it. I knew it. I know you. You are my brother. I knew it. I knew it, bro.
Oh, man. I thought you took him already.
No,
I didn't.
Neither one of us.
Yeah, I knew it. And this week against the Rams, I think he's going to go crazy. So, that was a good call. So, since you took that one, I'm going to go running back so I can, get myself together on my quarterback here. I'm going to take Tony Pollard.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, Nikki don't like that.
No.
All right, reigning champ over here. You get 2 picks.
Yeah, I guess I will let me combo it up with Tua and Tyreek Hill. Have not taken either one.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Well done.
That's really good for sure.
Well done. And especially this week.
Against Houston?
Yeah. Very, very smart. Very good picks, Nikki. All right, D, you got Tony Pollard. Who else?
I'm going to take a wide receiver of Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to take MVS. Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
It's like, I can't get Mahomes. I'm taking the rest of the
team. I love it. That's great. Okay. Let's see. You know what? I'm just going to take the Chiefs defense right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good one.
The big Chiefs defense. I think that this is definitely a week where they can score a whole bunch of points against Bryce Perkins. Who, what, where exactly? So Mahomes, Chiefs, and I will take for Cleveland. I'm going to take David Njoku, tight end.
Oh, okay, good one.
I think he's going to have a nice week because again, Cooper can't have 2 good weeks in a row. So I think Njoku is going to have a lot of balls thrown his way. Him and Peoples-Jones. Oop, don't say anything. All right, D, you're up.
I'm gonna go ahead and take the Bears defense against the Jets.
All right. Couple interceptions from Mike White, possibly. All right, Nikki, you got Tua and Tyreek. You get 2 more.
So I will grab Dalton Schultz.
Okay.
Not that I really want to, but it's getting rough at tight end here.
Yeah.
Need a running back. It's getting rough there too. All right. Well, I'll just take CMC. Why not?
Oh, yeah, you can't go wrong there. No, that's a good EMC Music Factory. All right. All right. What do you got? Quarterback and tight end you're missing.
Okay, so for my quarterback, I am going to go ahead and take. Oh, it's getting real thin out here at quarterback. Thought I was sure about that one. Let me get on.
You acted so sure, and then it was like, oh, wait a minute.
I'm going to take Jimmy G against my Saints.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, my God.
Zach Wilson can learn about maturity and growth from you.
Like, really?
Wow.
Wow, D, I give you a lot of credit. I couldn't do that. That's something else.
Yeah, wow. That is.
Not that you'll be rooting for Jimmy G, but all right, you're just being logical about it. I understand. Okay. Whew, okay. I saved running back and wide receiver for last, so I think I'm going to take Saquon this week. Again, I'm not in love with Dallas's run defense, and I will go with. Let me take Terry McLaurin. Actually, like I said, him and Heineke hooking up. Yeah, Washington. I like them this week against the Falcons. Yeah, okay. So that's my team. All right, D. So you got to go for a tight end.
Give me Cole Kmet.
Cole Kmet, nice pick. I had
no rhyme or reason. He made a nice one-handed catch last week.
Yeah. Trevor Siemian, he'll be looking for the tight end, so that's not true. A bad pick. Yeah. I like that. All right, Nikki, you need a defense.
I do. I will take the Commanders defense this week.
The Commanders. All right. Washington's defense. Not a bad pick. They could be getting some sacks over there if Marcus Mariota gets happy feet in the backfield. So it's very possible. All right. So our teams are Nikki's got Tua matched up with Tyreek Hill, Christian McCaffrey, Dalton Schultz, and Washington's defense. D, you got Jimmy G. I can't believe it. I'm saying Marcus Pollard, Tony Pollard, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Cole Kmet, and the Bears defense. I got Mahomes, Saquon, Terry McLaurin, David Njoku, and the Chiefs defense. So I'm pretty high on the Chiefs.
Who's going to win this? This is like all very good teams.
They are very good teams. Right now, my money's on you, Nikki, because you got Tua, Tyreek, and Christian McCaffrey.
I know, but you never know. In terms of like matchups, it's not great like matchup week for fantasy, aside from like 2 games.
Are we all in fantasy in the Real Deal League right now? Are we all in the playoffs if it ended today?
Yeah, I think all 3 of us are.
All 3 of us would be in. And what about the 3rd and 3 league? I just jumped into 4th place with a win this week.
Man, my team just went down the shitter.
I don't think
really?
At one point, I was undefeated, and then my team I think it lost 4 out of the last 5 games.
Yeah, I remember you were destroying it in the beginning. You were destroying the league at the beginning of the year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I got some injuries. Yeah, I got some injuries, and then it just all went downhill. But hopefully, I'll still sneak into the playoffs there.
Yeah, let me see over here. Yeah, I would love it if we all made the playoffs in each of our leagues. So, Nikki,
I am not. I am in last.
Oh my God, you are in last.
Yes,
wow, unusual for you.
It's very unusual for me.
That is. And D, your team aren't you Kyler's lost film?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in 2nd place.
Still in 2nd place?
Yeah, you're in 2nd place, man.
I started like 7-0, and then it was like I was like, or 6-0. I think 6-0 I started.
All right, let's see. Real Deal League.
Yeah, let's check that out.
Yep.
Yeah, Nikki, you're in 5th. I'm in 6th, and D, you're in 2nd in this one also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My record is so bad compared to everybody else's, but I got a lot of points. That's why I'm hanging around. Yeah, all right. Okay, we're all right. Nikki, that's weird in that other league because you're really good in fantasy. I'm kind of surprised.
I know. I think it's just injuries and
it's always freaking injuries. I'm still waiting. I'm waiting
and bye weeks and I think 1 week my entire bench was zeroed out and I couldn't really drop anybody. So you have to take the loss some weeks,
Yeah, you just know you're gonna buy it. Yep, I know. Yeah, I picked up Justin Fields also, D, in another league of mine, so I'm pissed that he's been a freaking fantasy machine, man. My God.
Yeah, for real. He came through for me for sure.
He's been crazy. So real quick, people, I know you guys don't remember what my list was, but I made before the year started a top 10 of everything, receiver, running back, quarterback, blah, blah, blah. And I put AJ Brown in there. I think I had him ranked 7th or 8th. And I took a lot of heat for that. Is he a top 10 wide receiver to you guys?
Yeah. Yeah. He's been a top 10 receiver this year for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
He's been absolutely doing it, yeah.
I thought that he always was that one shining bright spot in Tennessee, but nobody really cared enough to watch Tennessee. I think that's why people didn't give him the credit. But now with Philly, it's a different story.
No, I think this year
he's blowing out.
Yeah. Absolutely top 10. You know what? We all get heat for everything we say. I swear to God, it doesn't matter half the time what you say.
I am being attacked right now on TikTok as we speak.
Yes.
Because of my overrated video about Troy Aikman.
Yes.
The Dallas Cowboy fans came through very, very strong on the video, which I appreciate. I appreciate the love and hate that is coming to it. But yeah, every time I open a TikTok, I'm like, is it finally ended? just 99 notifications. Like, oh man.
Oh my God. Don't you hate that when you're just getting battered for days on end? I mean, I got beat to hell last week over the Kenny Galladay tweet for like 3 days straight. I was like, oh my God, enough already. Like just
well, the
enough.
facts
Like
hurt.
people. Yeah, I got the Cowboys fans riled up last night in a podcast that I did. So that was
See, because I always said, D, I'm with you. I mean, not because I hate the Cowboys as a Niner fan, but Troy Aikman to me was always overrated because he had the super duper team around. I mean, you talk about the best offensive line, the number one rushing running back of all time, Michael Irvin, the playmaker, defense, ridiculous, everything. And you look, the stats aren't everything, but you did a great job articulating and illustrating the stats and how he was basically a mediocre quarterback on a great team. And got away with throwing these interceptions because his defense bailed him out all the time. So I thought you made great points, and I totally agree with you.
I appreciate that, man.
Nikki definitely does. Definitely. So
yeah, it was crazy, man. So I posted it because I posted it on TikTok, I think, like before I went to sleep. So then I woke up and checked it. And I was like, oh my God, what did I say?
Yeah.
That's when I saw that video.
To wake up to.
Yeah, don't you love when you wake up to it and you're like, oh my God, what did I say?
What
like,
I did. That's what happened to me when I put up the thing of the Browns helmet. Like, all right, what should the Browns do about this helmet? And I thought people from Cleveland were getting on flights to come kill me. I swear to God.
I've been on the batting of the Browns stuff too, for sure. Browns fans go hard in the paint. Like, and the thing is that what they went at me for, they would agree with me now on it about Baker Mayfield.
See, there you go, right.
that they went crazy about, but they would agree with me now.
I guess our moral of this story to share with everybody is if you're coming at us, we're doing something right. If you're blocking us, like I got blocked a few times this week, I'm doing something right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
See, well, that's what happens when you're big time. It's going to happen. So, Nikki, how about the show go on Monday? And tell us about everything else.
Oh, yes. Tell you about everything else. So I am hosting Rush Hour, which is Mondays at 6:00, is a show for the fans. So it's a fantasy show. We take an early look at the betting lines and just kind of toss around what we like and don't like. Obviously, by Wednesday and Sunday, it could be a little bit different. And it's for the fans to come on and vent and celebrate. It's not just a Giants focused show. Of course, we do have a lot of those fans in there, but we send out the link, StreamYard link on social media, so you guys can hop in, and my co-host Spartan Mike will let you in, and we give the fans a couple minutes. You can talk about whatever you want. All fans are welcome, but it's really just to see what you guys get right in fantasy. Did you make some good bets? What'd you get wrong? And then in the off season, we are shifting it to college basketball. So we are going to do, definitely want you guys on for that one. So that's Mondays at 6:00. Tuesdays, New York Giants Rush at 8:00. Wednesday nights here, of course, 7:00. Directly after this, in about a half hour, though, tonight, catch me on TSS. I'm going up against Ben Holloway, head-to-head, Giants versus Cowboys. So we'll see if I win. I am 1-1 on that show. If you lose, they play this little dumbass video, which kind of sucks, but it's funny. And then Sundays, of course, at 11:30, Channel Side Bets, where I can't pick straight up, but I am very good against the spread.
You are so busy. It is ridiculous. I hope that you take your job, your actual day job. Nikki's doing way too much stuff. She's on every damn channel that there is. What's going on? So, yep, they got a superstar on their hands. Lucky them. No doubt. Beautiful stuff, Nikki. I'm definitely on Monday night. As long as I get back from work in time, I'm certainly going to hop on and not just hop on, watch the entire show. I'll be looking forward to that.
We keep it short. We go 45, 50 minutes. So.
There you go. That's good. That's good. It's funny. Our goal is to be an hour under on the show, but that just never happens. Never. We try to keep it an hour, but now we're at.
You can't make it under an hour when I'm out here just making up all these crazy analogies.
Right.
Yeah.
You go on too many tangents. It's just impossible. It's impossible.
Yeah.
Anyway, D, what's going on with you, brother?
Oh man, same thing, man. The real deal with Damian Adams is at least once a week. I missed last week because I was sick and missed the show as well. And man, when I tell you, it felt so good Monday morning to put that mic back in front of my face and get back to talking to you guys. I definitely hate missing any type of time, but We're back on it this week. So The Real Deal with Damian Adams, that dropped yesterday. GSMC boxing and GSMC basketball will be back next week. They're taking off this week for the holiday. And of course, here's my home, 3rd and 3 podcast every Wednesday night. If you can't catch us live, subscribe. Go ahead and catch us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. Because as you can see, it's a really dope show that we have here. You guys should definitely support it.
Oh, yeah.
And also support the website. I will be writing more articles. Last one I wrote about Zion's impact is still very, very fresh. So go check that out as well. And oh, yeah, The Real Deal, WDA on all social media platforms. Go ahead and follow me. If you listen to the podcast, you see how luxurious Nikki's hair looks today. It's because she listened to my podcast last night and just gave it this special glow.
Yeah.
You almost could say that it's an icy glow that she has to her hair right now. And it's because she listens to my podcast.
Messy
Jason
glow.
with a smile on his face right there. 40 with a head full of hair.
Yeah.
It's because he listens.
All right.
It's because he listens to my podcast. All right. So make sure you do the same thing. Listen to the podcast, and you'll look great like my 2 co-hosts do.
No doubt. Love it.
Yeah.
I listen to you guys know I listen to both of you guys. I don't just make up shit because I give you facts when it's like, I heard you talk about that. I heard you talk about that. You guys do great. And it's so funny how it all started, but 3 years ago or whatever, it was like, let's just do a show. And now we have 15 shows that we're on. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I love when I go on a show and people ask me how'd you get started, and it's just like so random, right? It was like height of COVID, there was nothing to talk about, and Jay's just like, Nikki, come on. Oh, I'm gonna invite my friend Damian on, and then hey, all you guys liked it and wanted more, and so we gave you more, and here we are 3 years later.
That's exactly what happened. I tell them, I'm like, it was just a happy accident. I'm like, I talked to Nikki, I talked to Damian. I'm like, why don't the 3 of us talk? And then boop, that was it. Just shut right off. 3rd and 3 was born, baby. And it is here every Wednesday night at 7:00 Eastern, unless the boss says differently. I'm going to be on Courtney's show on Saturday at 11:00 Eastern.
Oh, good.
So I honestly don't even know what the hell we're talking about, but I know it's going to be football. So that's all I need to know. Like, there's no rehearsing. I don't even want to know what the topics are. I just want them to hit me up with it, whatever it is, and let it be free flowing and right off the tip of the lips, baby. That's where we got to do it. So, so Saturday we'll do that. But I am so thankful for a 4-day weekend right now. I am going to go to sleep whenever the hell I want. I'm going to wake up whenever the hell I want, and I'm going to watch football in my bed, drinking coffee at 12:30 tomorrow. And then I'll be getting turkey.
Oh, right, because you don't like Thanksgiving food. We do this every year.
Yes, we established weird as they
I
come.
might try a biscuit and was like, oh, hey, butter biscuit.
I'll do a biscuit. I'll eat 9,000 biscuits. I'll eat all the biscuits in the world, but nothing else.
Just
all that bread will definitely fill you up, so you won't be missing anything with all those biscuits.
Oh, thank you, Ma. Happy Thanksgiving.
Are you gonna have pie?
Happy Thanksgiving.
I don't eat pie either. We had pie at work all week long, and everybody's looking at me like I got 12 heads because I didn't have one piece of pie. Not one.
So what are you eating tomorrow? Just bread.
I'm going to order a pizza. That's what I'm going to do.
You're going to order a pizza.
100%. I'm going to order a pizza. 100%. There's no doubt.
Is there a New York place near you, like a New York pizza place?
No, there's nothing even close to that. So I'm going to have to settle for like the Fugazi shit. But if I get enough toppings, at least, I'll have flavor and taste in it. So that's my goal. Yeah, that's my goal.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, happy Thanksgiving. You're going to Jay's house. You're getting pizza and biscuits.
Hey, even though I don't like the food, it's a great holiday. I get 3 football games, man. I am happy. I am very happy. So again, happy Thanksgiving.
And then we got 3 interesting games this year. Like even Detroit game is interesting. So it's going to be a good day tomorrow.
It is. Detroit again, 3 in a row. Man, I'm rooting for Detroit. Even though the Bills are my Super Bowl pick, I'm rooting for Detroit hardcore tomorrow. Let's go Lions, baby. All right. Let's go us. We're out of here. Hey guys, to you both. Happy Thanksgiving. I love you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Love you. And happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We'll see you next time. 3rd and 3.